Good morning, Top Fan Rivalry family, and welcome to the playoffs. Yes, we are there. Yes, we are knocking on the door. Well, technically today is in October, but we start October baseball now. For those of you that are people like Angels fans, October baseball is something that happens in the postseason. I'll explain to you later. Give me a call, send me a text message. I'll explain to you what October baseball means. It's been a while for you guys. But that being said, you fans that are listening to this, you are going to love this. I brought two ladies back that are going to talk about their team. They are huge fans of a wonderful team in the AL Central from Chicago. Oh, wait, wrong. That's the wrong team. That's my bad. Anyways, I got two Guardian fans on. This is going to be awesome. So let them introduce themselves real quick, and we'll hop into it on a Tuesday morning as we start the playoffs, the wild card round. Here we go. Guest number one, please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Alys, or Alys216 on Twitter, and I am so excited that we get to watch Guards Ball in October.
Guards ball in October. Okay, so we got a list in, and then guest number two.
Hi, I'm Lana. I'm Stefanski girl on X. I almost said Twitter. And just like Liz, I am so excited for October baseball.
Listen, I still say Twitter all the time. It's okay. It's
I
I
okay.
did.
can't not I can't say X.
I know it's the weirdest thing. Like, why not Y? Why not Z? Like, what did we just randomly throw a letter in the alphabet? Ah,
Because
we'll
he
try
can't
that one.
stop
That sounds
thinking
good.
about his ex.
Yeah,
That's right. That's really where it came from.
I'm which one, right? And for that guy, it's like which one? Sorry, my bad. If you're listening to this and you want to take legal action, my name is yeah, I don't know. Well, I'll come up with something here in a second, but it's definitely not Bill.
He's an Angels fan.
Yes, I'm an
That's
Angels
right.
fan. I
We're
don't know what
Detroit
October
fans.
is. I have no clue. I'm a Giants fan. Look me up on Giants stuff, right? I mean, yeah. Anyways, okay, so Liz, we're gonna start with you. It's early in early August. You guys were in third place. You guys were behind the Tigers and the Royals. At that point, what was going through your mind? Was it, gee, I think we can do this, or was it like better luck next year?
Yeah, so despite being a Clevelander, born and raised Cleveland fan, I am usually hopelessly optimistic when it comes to our teams. There's at one point, beginning of July, where we were in that 10-game losing streak, and I was like, I don't want to go to games anymore. I don't like this. But the next day I bought tickets anyway. So I think early August, especially at one point, I think there was a day we were sitting in fourth place. The Twins had passed us too. I was like, you know what? It is what it is. We'll go back to the playoffs next year.
Fair enough. Lana, same question to you. Third place, early August. What's going through your mind?
Yeah, like Alyssa kind of said, I July was really when I started to get that 10 game streak was rough. And, it was one of those things where we're looking at tickets. Should we go? Should we not go? But then there was part of me that I was sitting actually on another podcast one night and we were talking about it. And I'm like, you know what? We should never, ever doubt these guys because they seem to always find a way. Unlike another Cleveland team, they have extreme heart and passion and grit. And when it's go time, they go. So by the time I got to mid August, I was like, okay, I'm not going to let this shake me. I think we're going to do it.
Yeah.
I got
I have
this.
to tell you, ladies, I think I've told both of you ladies, but I was at the Angels home opener against you guys, where Jose went yard three times, and I thought this team is really good. And then in August, when I saw kind of how August started, I thought, hmm, did the dog days just come up and bite you in the tail feathers? Is that what happened here? I literally just I couldn't figure it out after what I saw in Anaheim versus what I was watching in early August.
It
Mhm.
felt like everything that could go wrong this season went wrong, but
Right?
we still didn't give up. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And it's like, you know what? What else can happen?
That's right.
Exactly.
We had nothing left to lose.
Right?
So exactly. So Lana, we'll start with you. So what do you think turned that corner? What I mean, there had to be something that you can identify that turned it around for you. What was it?
I think multiple things. We saw that six-man pitching really help us out. The defense around the eighth inning, you saw a turn there as well. And I thought, ooh, look at us, But I'll tell you this, whatever went on after September 1st this month, whatever got into their drinks, I don't know what, but to go that 15-1, I mean, that did it. I mean, that did it. And it's an absolute miracle, to be honest. It's
Yeah.
hard to pinpoint one thing, I think.
Hmm.
So same question, Liz. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I think if you were to mark any date as the turning point, it would have been September 1st,
Mhm.
when we got that six-man rotation because our rotation had the best ERA in baseball this month. All of our guys were having quality starts. It was pretty awesome to see. And it's like even if we didn't have a lot of offense, we knew they could keep us in it and we could win. But I think, there were a lot of factors that went into it. And we were at a point where we're like, okay, we have nothing left to lose. When we lost two of our pitchers, it's like, okay, ignore them, forget about them. Let's focus on ourselves. Like let's
Mhm.
come together and be the team that we are. So it was really like to go from that really low point of we just lost one of our starters, we lost our best closer in franchise history, to turning it around and having guys like Cade Smith step up into that closer role in his second year, which is pretty awesome. And then for our offense, you expect guys like Jose Ramirez, Stephen Kwan, Kyle Manzardo to come up when you need them. But seeing guys like Bo Naylor and Brian Rocchio also having really good offense,
Mhm.
Rocchio for the second half and Bo especially for September, that was really critical for our team.
I
Huge.
have to tell you, when I saw Kase go down, I thought, uh-oh, because that's
Yeah.
an injury that defines the season. And
Mhm.
because baseball's so different than it was in the 80s and early 90s, where in the 80s, 70s, and 80s, if you didn't pitch your whole game, people were looking at you thinking, okay, what was wrong? Why didn't you, whatever it might be. Now, if you get 15 outs, they give you a pat on the fanny and tell you how awesome you are, and you get this major contract. And so when that went down, I thought, ooh, this may
Mhm.
not be the year for you boys.
Yeah. I know we went last year, it was like, okay, Class A's in. Like, we got this, we're good, game over.
Oh,
And then
yes.
and then he struggled a bit, and then we're like,
Mhm.
okay, did last year, was that all connected to this? And then,
Mhm.
when he went down and, suspended and all that, it's like, okay, so can Cade Smith do this? And he like, adjusted a little bit to the position to start, but like he really
Mhm.
found himself in that role, which is awesome.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I'm so proud of all of them.
Hmm. I love Eric Sabrowski, our lefty in the back end.
Mhm.
He's so good. Rookie.
So good.
So you're leading me into my next question, Alyssa, and I'm going to start with you, I guess, because you literally just led me into it, which was um, there's got to be two or three players that you kind of pinpoint, and there could be nine. I don't care. I don't care how many you name, but there's got to be at least two or three players that you look at and you go, "That's why we were successful this year." Who are these and why?
Yeah, I think in addition to Jose Ramirez, because that's a given, he's a great
Mhm.
leader on and off the field and is our drive. I would name the starting pitchers as a unit.
Mhm.
They were amazing, having, six of them be really good and consistent, but also having a guy like Gavin Williams really solidify himself into that ace position. That was great. Having Tanner Bybee finally figure things out once we got to September. That was great. It was a rough
Oh,
start, but
You should
he
see
got
Lana's
there.
face right now. She's like, "Ah."
yeah.
And then like the two guys I mentioned earlier, Brian Rocchio, he was a shortstop and we switched him over to second base and he's been really good offensive or defensively like Andres Jimenez was at that position. And then he's also really good in his offense. I don't know if you know this, but we call October Rocktober.
Yeah.
So we are ready to have that again this year.
Romeo.
And then we also had Bo Tember with Bo Naylor finally figuring things out on offense this month, which is great.
Yep.
Awesome. Lana caught that or matched that or
Honestly, I
all
don't
of
know
the
who else I
things.
would add to this. I one person I really just zoned in on though too, and you touched on it at the end of their list is Bo Naylor. I mean,
Hmm.
he just September, we're like, whoa, 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 whoa,
Finally.
Bo Naylor's coming out of nowhere. Let's go, you know. Um, and David, we see glimpses of David Fry here and there. I feel so terrible
It's
that he's
awful.
missing all of this. But I'll tell you, there's times you get Fry out there and wow, he can really make it happen. And of course, Stephen Kwan, I think we mentioned Stephen Kwan. He's great on both sides of the ball. So so hard. So I think we mentioned the whole team by now. And obviously Jose Ramirez, he's our consistent star. He just is. There's not enough words to describe Jose
The
Ramirez.
Oh,
Guardians keeping Stephen Kwan was the best move not
Oh,
made at the trade deadline.
oh my gosh, I was so nervous. I was so nervous. I'm like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Oh, but
Here we
thankfully,
are. He's going to the playoffs, and it's with us.
amen to that. Amen to that for
I
sure.
Jose Ramirez is probably one of the quietest people in baseball that's putting a Hall of Fame career together. And
For sure.
because he doesn't play for New York or Boston or even LA, he's not getting recognized. But the guy is knocking on the doorsteps of being a 300 guy, 300 home
Hmm.
runs, 300 stolen bases.
He's
And
almost
he'll
there.
probably do it next season.
Really.
He'll probably hit that mark next
Hmm.
season. And I just don't think he gets enough flowers. I mean, I think
Mm-mm.
he is amazing for that. And you mentioned David Fry. I will say this. I saw the real Scooble when Fry got hit because
Oh,
they
yes.
teach you if somebody squares up early, throw inside. And you know that Scooble was not trying to hit him based on his reaction. I
Hmm.
mean, it's a totally different scenario than some other players that we've seen that, and or like a Pedro Martinez where he's pointing at
Hmm.
his head and things like that. It's
No, he didn't do
competition,
that.
but Scooble's reaction showed me that he is a good dude. Never met the
Hmm.
Yes.
guy, but he's a good dude.
Yeah, I
He
was glad that I
he
didn't see any Cleveland fans blaming him. And it's like it
Yes,
was off the bat too. So like there was
right.
nothing intentional, but you saw him emotionally
That's true.
was. And he's such a class act. Stephen Vogt actually took him with him to the hospital to visit Fry.
Mhm.
So
The
he's a
next
great guy.
day.
He's reaching out to him.
yeah, no, I was showing it to my wife Amber, and she goes, "Oh, that's now was that intentional?" I said, "No," and I was explaining to her if
Mhm.
somebody squares early, you do throw inside, but his immediate reaction, throwing his glove down, putting his hat down. I just thought, okay, you're a good guy, and I
Mhm.
was super grateful to not see, especially on X, Twitter, whatever. Um, People have some opinions and very strong ones. I was very
Mhm.
happy to see Cleveland fans not blaming Scooble. That was not
Mhm.
now. If Scooble would have pointed to his head beforehand, like Pedro did with Jorge Posada years ago, and then that happens, okay, that's a different story. But it was
Mhm.
completely different. And I hope David recovers and can not only physically get back in the game, but mentally be able to be okay to stand in there again because he's a great talent. He's a great talent. So.
Yeah, he
Truly.
joined them today on the field and he had our AL Central flag. So it's nice to
Oh,
see him. His face is all swollen and he and his
oh,
wife are expecting baby number two any day now. So hopefully he can
Oh,
get back out to Texas.
uh,
But it'll
that's
be so great once he can get back
mhm.
defensively because that we were missing terribly.
Mhm. For sure. For sure.
okay. So now we're talking. Let's switch gears here. I'm gonna kind of throw you for a curveball. My last question, ladies. I mean, it's always fun for those of you guys listening to this, guys and gals listening to this. Well, I can do that. It's my show. Okay, so before we do that, before we do that, let's be honest. And I think Lana, you're up first this time, but let's be honest. Playoffs are here. First round. Do you guys do you guys get past the first round? Do you go deep? And why or why not? Go ahead.
I think we're gonna get past first round. I do think we'll get past the Tigers. I just feel it. I can feel it. Second round, Seattle. So yeah, that makes me a little more nervous. However, I think we'll get past that second round as well. I feel, of course, after today, we have our confidence up right now, right? So I do feel that we will. I do feel pretty okay through those first couple of rounds. The nerves start to set in around three for me, usually every season. Um, we have a lot of talent, and like we said, we did lose two of our best closers to legal trouble, but we do have a great, we have some
That's a
good
nice way to say it.
replacements in there.
They blew it. She was trying to
they
say they blew it,
they
but
did,
she
they
was being nice
did.
about it.
We will miss David Fry, and Lane Thomas is out as well with injuries, so you know um those are couple key players for us as well. But I think if everybody else can stay healthy and focused, and I think I feel very confident getting to the third round.
If you get a rematch, let me ask a follow-up question here. If you get a rematch with the Bronx Bombers in the ALCS, can you get past them this year?
Oh
Uh,
gosh. We have to. You guys, I am so tired of that team.
Yes.
There's
I hate that
oh,
they are like, nobody has it worse than us. It's been 77 years since our last one. You don't get to
right?
speak on this. Go
And they're
back
not
to your Crimson Tide and your LA Lakers.
that's right. And they're not very nice either.
No.
So
I've
I mean,
experienced that with Tigers fans too, but
right?
that's
Right.
it.
But I'm like, oh,
I'm now going to be doing a live. If that happens, I will bring the two of you back on. I'll bring two ladies on that are or Yankee fans, and we'll just have a giddy up good time. That'll be a good time.
yes, we're gonna mend
drinks
the
involved.
relationship. We're gonna mend the relationship there for all the world.
There you go. There you go. I love it. I love that, and that's a bold. I like your statement. I mean, the fact that you're meeting a division rival in a best of three series, which you guys host all three games.
Mhm.
So giddy up there. Um, and then Seattle. I mean, going out west and seeing the Big Dumpa. I mean, that guy has just had a season that will nobody will.
MVP.
I
Yes,
know.
yes. Personally, I secretly want Aaron to win it because because about a month ago I pulled an Aaron Judge buyback card if he gets the MVP and I can sell back to Tops for $40, which is what I paid for the box. So I just want him to win the
Okay,
MVP
that's
so
a
I can.
valid reason though.
I mean,
I mean,
this is personal to me now.
that's right. $40 is $40 that you don't have
Right.
right now. So that's it.
when
Yeah.
I when I pulled it, my buddy goes, "If he wins the MVP, you can sell it back." I'm like, "Woo, let's go!"
Yes.
Cal, don't trip on your shoelaces. It's okay. But if you want to sit out like 20 games, that'd be right.
That is great.
Anyways, same question to you, Liz. Do you go deep in the playoffs? And why
Yeah,
or why
I
not?
agree with everything Lana was saying. I feel like, especially with the Tigers, like this is going to be our third week in a row seeing them, which is so much fun. But I feel like, if we keep I have a tiger. Okay, little sidetrack here. I have a Tigers fan who, in my DMs in May, when we took 3 of 4 there,
Yeah.
was calling me a sore loser, this, and that. And then he asked me out, and then back to like, jabbing. And I'm like, okay, this is weird. I had to block him because he was like obsessively watching the Guardians, and I'm
Ooh.
like, please watch your gritty kitties. And then I unblocked him after we swept them, and I said, "So how about them gritty kitties?" He said a couple of things, and then he told me he was gonna block me, and he did. He, for whatever reason, unblocked me, and he's like, "We're gonna take care of you in the playoffs." So I'm hoping that because of him, that we win because
Retribution.
it's gonna be so wonderful for me because I deserve this, right? Yeah, but I think we could take care of the Tigers again. I mean, I don't think they're as dominant of a team as they seem to be all year. I think we've seemed to figure them out, and I think if we keep playing our brand of baseball, there's really no way to figure us out. Um, I think with the Mariners, it's kind of like the situation with the Rangers where they swept us when we went there middle of summer, and then we took 2 of 3 here. So I feel better about facing them now than I would have like a couple of weeks ago. And then with if we were to face the Blue Jays, which has the other half of the Cleveland Guardians on them, that one's that one's a little interesting to me because we saw them in May and June. And I think we split the season series.
Mhm.
And then Yankees we also saw pretty early on. So once we would get to the championship series, I feel like that's where things get a little interesting just because
Mhm.
they haven't seen this team the way it is now. So it'd be a matter of how can we play against them.
Okay. I like that. I like your assessment on that. And now for that reason, I hope that you do get revenge.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, when I'm talking to Ashley on her show, I hope that you don't, because I just have to be fair to everybody. But yeah, no, I won't mention the team, but I had somebody come at me this year, kind of brutally. Um, Almost to the point, and we blocked them, but it's not a big deal. But they were Mets fans, so just a little bit. I have a ton of Mets fans friends, and it was
Mhm.
hard for me to watch the Mets get out. But then I thought of this person, I'm like, ah. And you
Yeah.
had
And
to wait to game
I love
162 to find
Detroit
out.
as a city, but when it comes to their baseball fans, I mean, obviously you have like the good ones, but there's some like that where I'm like, I'm just minding my own business, enjoying my team. You need to mind your own business. And you know what? I hope karma takes care of this. I hope
That's
you
right.
go enjoy your Lions.
There you go. Go
I
enjoy the
know.
Lions or the Pistons,
Yeah.
right? Or the Red Wings or whatever is going on.
Right, you just
Yes,
don't
the
get
Red Wings.
baseball.
The Red exactly. The interesting. I like the takes. I made a post on Sunday night, and I'm interested to see who says anything about it. But it's to me, baseball is so it's like the best relationship you ever had and the worst relationship. When it's going good,
Oh,
it
it's so
is amazing.
toxic.
It's like sunshine and rainbows, and let's have dinner together and let's just hang out and whatever. And then when it's bad, it's like the worst breakup you've ever had, right? And
Hmm.
it just stings. And the problem is that the world goes up. Like you can at a breakup, you can kind of block the world out. You don't have to go outside or whatever. But boy, I tell you what, a breakup in baseball, you turn on the TV and you see scores, and it's like, well, how come everybody keeps getting to go on and I don't get to go on anymore?
Hmm.
Right.
At
So
least here in Cleveland, they kind of let us forget about anything because they'd be like, the Guards are on a 10 games losing streak. Anyway, here's what's up with the new Brown Stadium.
Yeah.
yeah,
Every single time you turn on news, that's all they talk about. So it was like,
Yeah.
okay, we forget about what the Guards are doing.
there
We
you
move to
go.
the next dumpster fire here.
Even now, they're gonna be like, the Guardians clinched the AL Central. So the new update on the Browns Stadium, the
I
Browns
know.
lost.
I'm still waiting the epic World Series that I want to see, because we've seemed to push baseball back further and further and further, is I want to see either Minnesota or Cleveland in the World Series against Colorado,
Okay.
because
Oh,
you're going to
interesting.
see like
Mhm.
the seventh game of the World Series being played on Thanksgiving Day, right
Yep.
after the Lions game, because everything's going to be snowed out, and like
Yeah.
they keep bumping things back. And I mean, as it is, I think the last game I think is November 2nd or 3rd of the World Series.
Hmm.
November 2nd or 3rd is not very warm in Cleveland.
Mm-mm.
And
No.
so, yeah, and you might get that white stuff that falls from the ground too about that time.
Ugh.
So,
Not looking
yeah.
forward to that.
Nope. Me too. Me neither.
I'm
Yeah.
looking though, because I work for the Cavs, so I'm there every home game. And our first game is the 26th. It's a Sunday. And
Mhm.
then we also play on Halloween. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh my gosh, if we're in the World Series, I'm not really going to be able to watch. I will be in the back, like watching, but then I need to be on the court doing stuff. I'm like, please, I don't want them to overlap, but if it comes to that, yes, please get there. But I'm like, I could be like throwing a t-shirt and I don't know that like we just won.
I
That's
know. Well, you
fun
know
though.
what? I'll be there almost all the time, but I'll be at the seventh preseason game on the floor. So we'll have to find each other.
Yeah, I'll be there.
I know. I'll message you. I'll send you a
Well,
Do
message.
it,
now
do it.
since we launched WNBA, NBA, and NHL,
Hmm.
maybe we should make our way to Cleveland before the baseball season and just hang out and watch a game. Maybe when I hate to say I was a Laker fan before LeBron, so I mean
Mm.
maybe we when the Lakers come into town, who knows?
That'll be in January.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So there you go. All right, ladies, I want to have some fun with you on this last question. Not that we haven't already had fun, but it's Tuesday morning and again. It's my show, so I can do this with it. But okay, so here's my question. We're going to start with you. We'll start with you, Liz. Let's assume the Guardians weren't in it, right? Who would you pull for in the Central? Would it be the Royals or the Tigers?
If it was anyone versus the Tigers, I would pull for anybody but the Tigers.
Oh,
Even the Twins.
oh,
I
oh.
can't
Does this
stand
have to do with
them.
this guy from, blocking you on your DMs or whatever? Does
They're
this still
just
go
okay.
back to this guy?
Here's what happened. Since the Lions got good and
Mhm.
now like their baseball team is good, like it used to be like okay, a shared like Lake Erie team misery stuff.
Yes.
They are so cocky, they're so in over their heads, they are so annoying, and I don't particularly enjoy it. So I would pick any of the other teams over them.
Yankees?
And I wouldn't go there. Any of the AL Central teams over them.
Oh,
I feel like the
Right.
Yankees are the only ones that I view worse than them, but that's because that's just like how they are,
Oh,
you know?
you
I'm
see how
with
I
you
did that,
on that
Lana?
one.
Did you see that? How I did that? I just wanted to twist it on her a little bit and just said Yankees? Oh no, no, no.
They're the only ones worse.
They are. That is so true.
Oh, too funny, too funny. Okay, Lana, same question. If the Cards weren't in it and the Royals were in it or the Tigers were in it, where are you going with this? Who are you pulling for?
I'd probably go Royals, but I do agree with Alyssa. Like there are certain teams like you're to me, anybody against the Yankees. To me, anybody against the Tigers, anybody against,
Exactly.
certain teams. We
Uh,
definitely we have our stronghold here in Cleveland. Oh, so for our rivals. So I think definitely. And you know what? The Twins have grown on me though too a little bit. I don't
I kind
have
of feel bad for them
extreme
though
hate
with their
for them.
ownership
Me
situation.
too.
It's like I can't really hate you guys anymore
I
because it's not really
can't.
fun because you guys aren't good.
I
it's not really
know.
Same
fun.
with the White Sox. I mean, their one fan is the
Oh,
Pope, so like
I know. I do. If I've always said the White Sox is my second team. So, that's I'm always cheering for the White Sox, except for when they play the Guardians. Guardians first.
What's interesting about the White Sox this year, nobody's talking about this, is they were 18 games better this season than they were last
Sure.
season. And I have to go back in MLB history, but there's very few times where you've seen an 18 game turnaround, positive or negative. So
Mhm.
to be able to do that shows a lot of momentum in their favor.
Mhm.
And so they might be pretty good next year. Who knows?
Mhm.
We might be rolling this tape back next year, and it's the Guardians and the White Sox, coming down to the wire, and you're sitting there going, "Oh, I hate the White Sox now.
Yeah, that's right. I
I hate
I
the White
can't
Sox
love
now."
you right now, White Sox.
So we've got to, and you Rocky fans, we love you too. We're so sorry. We appreciate you. Thank you for surviving,
you weren't as
Mhm.
bad as the White Sox last year, so there's that.
and we want to
Truth.
congratulate you on you being the first to 115. We appreciate that. That's awesome for you guys. Congratulations. Right.
Oh.
Lana's over there going,
Oh, poor guys.
yeah,
Your heart go I mean, in Cleveland, we feel pain.
Right, we get it.
We
listen,
feel that pain deep.
we've all had, if we've been fans of baseball long enough, we've all had bad years,
Mhm. Mhm.
right? And some are very bad consecutive years. The Dodgers were awful in the 90s, and it was hard to watch the Dodgers in the 90s because they didn't give you any sense of hope, right?
Mhm.
And everybody
Mhm.
that we seemed to sign in the 90s was like 30 years past their prime. Oh, we're getting Ricky Henderson, but he's 47 years old, and this is his 23rd team that he's playing for out of 30. Hey, all right, let's go, Ricky. Awesome.
Mhm.
So we get it. Ladies, you have been awesome for a Tuesday. Is there anything else? I mean, playoff baseball starts today. Are you doing anything fun? Are you playing hooky? Are you calling into work sick? Do you have any rituals? Anything like that? Please do tell.
My preseason doesn't start until next week, thankfully.
Mhm.
So I get to watch these few games without working. I'm going to be at game two tomorrow, though, so I'm really excited about that.
Congratulations.
That is exciting. I know I have to be at work at those times, but I do have a group of people, and this may sound really funny, but last season we did this on our podcast. We did it the start of the season, and we did it the start of this season. So we did it the week before the home opener, and we did a shot of stadium mustard, which I don't recommend because it's really gross. But we did a shot of stadium mustard, and you can like chase it with beer or whatever. But we did that last season and we got to the postseason. We did it this season and we got to the postseason. So we might do another shot just to be safe right
A little
now.
extra boost.
A little boost of some Bertrams and off we go.
There you
So
go.
that's our ritual.
Did I recommend the cinnamon shot? Try this, the spoon of cinnamon. Try that.
The
Watch the video.
Oh,
stadium mustard is our thing though in Cleveland.
mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
when I go to a ballpark and then I remember that I didn't bring anything with me, I get really sad with my plain hot dog.
I know, right? We can't have
I
it.
got to get to Cleveland. I got to learn these things.
You
You
do.
do.
I,
You
I got to
do.
learn these things, all of these things,
Once
that's
you
for
have
sure.
a hot dog at a ballpark with our stadium mustard, you're gonna be like, I
Oh,
can't put anything else on a hot dog again.
I
right.
love it.
You'll be having it shipped to your house.
We
Sign
sell it
me
in
up.
bottles.
That's right. We do. You can have it shipped.
Okay, then, Alyssa, I want a picture sent to me on Wednesday with this stadium mustard on the hot dog. I need to see this.
Yeah.
I need to see
Well,
this.
actually, I don't know. So it's weird. So we knew that the AL games were going to be at 1 o'clock and 6 o'clock. And we're like,
Mhm.
oh, what are the odds that we get the 6 o'clock instead of the Yankees? So we're at 1 o'clock both games. So I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna like eat anything these ones because I'm gonna be too nervous too.
Can't
But
break
Yes.
tradition.
I definitely have pictures of my ballpark mustard on those.
You cannot break tradition.
This
I
is a
Nope.
tradition. Last two playoff games, I didn't have anything there, just my water. So
Then don't
I
stay with
can't eat.
water.
I can't eat.
Stay with water.
Hydrate.
this is this is becoming the top end rivalry sponsored by the Food Network. We appreciate you. We'll be no. That's awesome. I love traditions. I love geeky things that we do that are make us
Mhm.
superstitious as fans and
Right?
or players. That's what
I'm like,
makes
what
baseball awesome.
earrings should I wear? I have to go in. I usually go in the left field gates every single game, but
Yep.
the two playoff games I was at, we won. I went in right field, so I'm gonna have to go in right field on
hmm
Wednesday on the game. So
Yep. We're the same clothes.
exactly.
Oh, Washington wear the same clothes,
We're the same
mustard on
clothes.
them and everything. Doesn't
That's
matter.
right.
Oh, that's awesome.
Great.
I park it in front of my TV. That's what I do on
Mhm.
on the first day of the playoffs. I park it in front of the TV and I watch most of the games and I ignore everything. And I've even told people, I've even told Amber, if you need something, call somebody else. Like I don't,
Call
but
911.
yeah, don't bother me. I yeah, she's learned.
Yeah,
She's learned. October baseball is a different thing. So.
sure is.
Anyways, we're gonna get these ladies back, especially if they have a rematch with the Yankees. We'll get them back. But if they get all the way to the World Series and they're gonna play America's team, the Dodgers, we will definitely have them back. We'll get a
Mhm.
couple of Dodger fans on there. But ladies, I am so grateful that you decided to join me on Tuesday morning. I am so grateful that you are such passionate fans, and I cannot. Now you're making me get excited about going to Cleveland to get some mustard. Like I've never been excited about mustard before, but now apparently I'm excited about mustard. Maybe I'm just hungry this morning. Who knows? But anyways, ladies, thank you so much. Can we get you back on again, either before the playoffs end or starting next season, or even to talk some basketball sometime soon?
Sure. Oh,
Let's
yeah.
do it.
All right,
Any of the above.
all the above.
Mhm.
All right, Top Dan Rivalry family, we sure do appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed our Tuesday episode. This has been absolutely fantastic as we're in the playoffs. We're going to have a good time with it. We're going to have a bunch of new guests, a couple fun things that we're going to be announcing too. So enjoy that. Enjoy Wednesday. Wednesday will be a very unique episode. I will not tell you what it is, but let's just say we need to be nice and kind to our guest on Wednesday. So we appreciate it. We look forward to having you back on Wednesday. Have a good day, all.